intelligence. So natural definition you have taken from a stalwart in computer science, what he quoted on artificial intelligence. So in the introduction part itself, there itself, you give a quotation, you acknowledge, you cite, you thank, you acknowledge them. That is what called as in-text citations. Fine. And at the end of your research paper, whatever sources used, all the sources will be listed in a particular order at the end of your research paper, and that is what called as references or bibliography or work site. Fine. And let me tell you how to prepare these in-text citations. See, there are three different methods of preparing in-text citations. What are they? The first one is author date system. Here, for example, in the introduction part, I have given a quotation. So here I have given the name of the author, year of publication, and page number. This is what called as author date system. We are including only the entry element of the author. We are not talking about the initial of the author, only the entry element of authors with year of publication. That is known as author date system. And secondly, we have number systems. In many research papers you might have seen, instead of writing the name of the author with year of publication, they will simply mention the number, starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till the end. They will continuously give the numbers, serial numbers. These numbers may be either given in brackets or they can be given as superscripts. So both are permitted. See, for a quotation, I have given a number in bracket, and for some ideas, I have given some superscripts. Both are permitted. And at the end of the research paper, you give 1, 2, 3, 4, the same order, you list all the references. It's a number system. And thirdly, we have something called a footnote style. See, when you're copying things from others, what you do is that you have the superscript and followed by superscript in the same page where you copy the contents, you draw a line and you give the full particulars of the research paper. Okay, at the same page in the bottom, you give the information, and that is called the footnote style. Okay, so in these three different methods, you can prepare the in-text citations. Okay, in-text citations, these three methods are there. You can prepare it. Fine. And sometimes there is something called a secondary citation. What is secondary citation? For example, I am writing a research paper and I got something from a particular researcher called Ram, who published a paper in 1995. But what happens is that I was not able to get Ram's paper, but I was able to get Arvind paper. That means Arvind, who published a paper in 1997, he included the findings of Ram in his paper. Actually, I want to get the findings of Ram and include it in my research work. I was not getting his paper. Instead, I got Arvind paper which quoted, which cited Ram. Fine. In this case, this is called a secondary citation. What is that? Secondary citation. And here how I'm supposed to quote it. Please see here on the screen. Results from Ram study 1995 semicolon cited in Arvind 1997 page number 12. Okay. So primarily you are acknowledging the original research work, but you say that I didn't use the original research paper. I got and I cited only in Arvind paper. So this kind of secondary citation is not also permitted. And in many cases, a similar point is given, a similar finding is given by 4 or 5 authors. See, internet usage has become more during the lockdown period. See, 3 or 4 people have found out the same information. So you can quote, you can have multiple references for a single concept. Okay, what you can do is that you can list all the references one by one, separated by a semicolon, and these references can be arranged either alphabetical order or in the chronological order. Fine. So this way you can arrange it. So these are 3 different methods of preparing your in-text citations. Fine. And what about the references or bibliography or work cited? I told you, you should be placing all the references at the end of the research paper. And obviously, we start the reference work at the in the fresh paper, in a separate sheet, you begin your reference. And for example, if you have 10 in-text citations, the same 10 papers should be available in the reference section also. So you should not miss any of the sources for which you prepare the in-text citation. And when you prepare the in-text citation, you have just given author's name or 1, 2, 3 only. But in the list of references, you should give the complete particulars. The name of the author, his initial, year of publication, name of the journal article, name of the journal, volume number, issue number, page number, or DOI, or retrieved from, all the complete particulars of the information, complete particulars of the sources are to be given at the end of your research paper, so that when somebody happens to read your paper after some time, if they want to retrieve those references by looking at the particulars, they will be able to retrieve those references. Fine. And in some cases, people prepare separate reference list for books, journals, web references. No, and it's not a viable idea, or it is not advisable that you have separate reference list. Normally, we have to have only one list of references for all the resources you use in your research work. Fine. And you may ask a question, sir, what is the difference between these references, bibliography, work cited, and all? See, all are same. Basically, all are same. One style says you have to follow in one style says it's a reference, another style says bibliography, another style says work cited. Okay. See, when you have to prepare in-text citations and the list of references, see, you cannot have your own style. You need to follow a standard. A standard, a manual should be prepared in preparing both in-text citations and the list of references. The standard can be anything. See, we have more than 9,500 standard manuals. So there, American Psychological Association APA style. We have Chicago style. We have Turabian style. We have MLA, Modern Language Association style. We have NATO style. We have Vancouver style. We have IEEE style. So we have more than 9,500 standards. What for? To tell you how to prepare your in-text citations and how to prepare list of references. So you have to see what is the style manual recommended by your university for your research works, or what is the style manual supported, recommended by your journal, the journal in which you want to publish the paper. According to that particular style manual, you need to prepare your references. You need to prepare your in-text citations. So APA says it's references. Okay. Chicago says it is bibliography. MLA says it is work cited. All are same. But it's very difficult. It's very difficult for you to remember how to prepare in-text citation and list of reference according to APA, according to MLA, according to many states. How to prepare an entry for a single author, 2 authors, 3 authors, 4 authors. How to prepare a citation for a web resource. How to prepare a document which was not published. How to prepare a reference for a YouTube video. How to prepare. So these are very, very really cumbersome work for you. So I would suggest you, either you go to MS Word. In MS Word, there is an option. You can make use of it to prepare your in-text citation and references, or you download any one software like Mendeley or Zotero. There, you just go and give the particulars and tell a style manual in which you want the references, and these softwares will automatically help you to prepare and give you the list of references and in-text citations. Or go to such online tools like BibMe, Citation Machine, Citefast, ZBib. You just go and search for the information, and the online software will itself will tell you, will generate and give you the in-text citation and the list of references. Fine. So dear friends, the only one way by which you can get escape from plagiarism is you have to do your work. Okay. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about the quality. Don't worry about the language. You should do your work. And you should plan in advance, be honest, be genuine, be hardworking, be sincere, and follow the research ethics. And if you follow these guidelines and properly citing the sources, then I'm sure your papers, your research output will be plagiarism free, and you get a lot of impact research, not only for you, but also for your institutions. So thank you, friends, for your patient listening. On this particular occasion, I take this opportunity to thank the organizers and the participants for your patient listening and for this wonderful opportunity given to me. And also, I thank wholeheartedly all the people or websites from whom or from where I have taken necessary images or contents that are used in my PPT presentations. Thank you so much. I think my presentation is over. Now, this is over to the organizers for questions, please.
Unmuted.
Dear participants, any questions, please?
Participants, you may ask questions, please. We are ready to listen to your question.
Hello.
Yes, madam.
This is Sonapriya from
Yes, madam. Please, madam.
But I have one doubt, sir.
Please, madam. Please go ahead, madam. Please.
Well, suppose if you are using some scales or others in the questionnaire, how to cite it, sir? Where to cite it?
Madam, please once again, madam.
Sir, in questionnaire,
If
you are using others questions like scales, for example, emotional intelligence or quality of life, some scales may be framed by some authors.
I think, madam, I think you're talking about when you're preparing a questionnaire, you include some questions from others.
Yes, sir.
It's okay. No problem, madam. Now, in the research methodology chapter, when you're talking about a concept development of the instrument, isn't it, madam? You'll have something called development of the instrument. There you will tell the people how you have developed your questionnaire. Your questionnaire can be the one which you prepared by yourself, individually, indigenously, without taking anything from others, or you may follow a standard. You may follow a theory, or you may take some standard questionnaires which are available somewhere, and you can take some part of the questionnaire from others, but that can be included as a part of your questionnaire. Okay. So in the research methodology chapter, when you're talking about development of the instrument, you give proper citation to the questionnaire from where you copied few things as a part of your questionnaire. Okay, madam.
It can be mentioned in the references. Whether it has to be mentioned in the references also.
I think, madam, the voice is not very clear. If you don't mind, will you please place in the chat box, madam?
Yes, sir.
Please, madam. Please, madam. I request the participants to place a question in the chat box because the voice